The boy who dreamed beyond the stars in the heart of Pretoria, South Africa, a young boy sat alone, his nose buried in books far beyond his age. His name was Elon Musk. Unlike other kids, he was not drawn to soccer or mischief. Instead, he devoured encyclopedias, hungry for knowledge about the universe, physics, and the future of humanity. But school was not easy. Elon was brutally bullied, once beaten so badly that he was hospitalized. While others saw a weak boy, Elon saw a challenge. If he could not control how people treated him, he would control the future. He found solace in computers, teaching himself to code. At just 12 years old, he created a video game called Blaster and sold it for $500. His first taste of success. The escape and the dream Elon knew South Africa couldn't contain his dreams. The US was a land of innovation, but he had no easy way in. So at 17 years old, he left home, using his Canadian roots to move to Canada. With barely any money, he worked odd jobs, cleaning boilers, cutting logs, and even shoveling grain silos. But his eyes were always set on the bigger picture. After 2 years, he made it to the University of Pennsylvania in the US, studying physics and business. It wasn't just degrees he was after. He was hunting for opportunities. The first big wins and losses in the 90s. The internet was taking off. Elon saw an opportunity and with his brother created Zip2, a company that helped newspapers move online. It was a brutal grind. Sleeping in the office, showering at the YMCA, working non-stop. But it paid off. Compaq bought Zip2 for $307 million. Elon walked away with $22 million at just 28 years old. Most would retire, but not Musk. He reinvested everything into X.com, an online banking startup. It later became PayPal, revolutionizing payments. But before it could reach its peak, Elon was ousted from his own company in a brutal boardroom coup while he was away on vacation. It was a crushing blow, but a lesson. He walked away with $180 million when PayPal was sold to eBay. Betting everything on the impossible with all his money, Elon could have lived a lavish life. But instead, he risked everything on 3 industries people laughed at. Space exploration, SpaceX. Only governments can do that. Electric cars, nobody will buy them. Solar energy, it is too expensive. SpaceX was his first big bet. He poured in $100 million, determined to make humanity an interplanetary species. But reality was cruel. The first 3 rocket launches exploded. The 4th launch was his last chance before bankruptcy. He was in a race against time, borrowing money just to pay employees. On the final attempt, as the world watched, the rocket soared. It worked! SpaceX had made history and NASA took notice, awarding them a $1.6 billion contract. The dream was not dead. The collapse of Tesla and the greatest gamble at the same time. Tesla was falling apart. Investors lost faith. The economy crashed in 2008 and Elon was personally $40 million in debt. Both SpaceX and Tesla were days from bankruptcy. Elon had one final play. He took every last dollar he had and injected it into Tesla. If it failed, he would be broke. But it did not. Tesla survived, SpaceX survived, and the world changed forever. The man who refused to quit SpaceX went on to land reusable rockets, something thought impossible. Tesla became the most valuable car company in the world, and Elon Musk, he became the richest person on the planet. Yet his mission was never money. He wanted to push humanity forward. But Musk's life was not just victories. Twitter backlash, Production delays and constant doubts followed him. He still worked 100 plus hours a week, slept in factories, and demanded the impossible from himself and his teams. The legacy and the lesson Elon Musk's journey isn't about money. It's about resilience, vision, and never accepting impossible. He was bullied. He fought back with intelligence. He was removed from PayPal. He built something bigger. His rockets exploded. He launched more. Tesla nearly died. He revived it. The lesson: you only fail when you stop trying. If one man can change the world with sheer willpower, imagine what you can do. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Elon Musk.